So here I would recommend the same thing as before. It's just a diagonal
Yeah.
flip. Again, focus on this long term. So like maybe start practicing it every day, especially in ones since you started playing. So first is a diagonal flip, and then a side flip. Nice bump here. Your teammate had time here. Okay, there is no need for him to. For example, if you find yourself in a situation like similar to your teammate, okay. So you see, there is nobody in front of him, right? So what he can do here is he has two options. Okay, so
Yeah.
he can either lightly hit the ball towards the corner, and by lightly I mean with as little power as possible. Why? Because the more power you keep into the ball, the further and further away it goes from you, and the further and further away it goes from you, the less control you have. Okay, so
Yeah.
by touching it softly, you keep it to you keep it very close to yourself, right? And the closer, the better. Again, the closer you have, the more control you have. So here he ends
And
up rushing it. Yeah, you were saying something?
I was gonna say that like it's pretty often that players in my rank don't know that they should probably sometimes control the ball,
Don't
not
worry.
just hit it. Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It happens. I'm GC2 and I see it every single day. So don't worry. It's not like only your rank. It's all ranks. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Like a nice boost steal. Oh, I don't mind that he faked it, but he played it so well. Like he stole the boost. Right? He can easily beat this guy to the ball since after the kickoff, since he stole the boost. So this Emirate guy has no boost at all. So I actually recommend if you were in his position, since he is first man, right? He has you
Yeah.
behind him, and since he just stole the boost, so the opponent in front of him doesn't have boost. So he should go for this ball. Ends up getting demoed. So let me switch back to you. There we go. Nice challenge. I don't mind that you challenge this, even though you're currently your last man, right? But now, since your
Yeah.
teammate died and spawned behind you, you're first man. So I don't mind that you went for this. Nice challenge. And mechanical error, don't worry about it. So what I recommend is when you start going in the higher rank, especially, is okay. Now you know that the ball is somewhere in the corner, correct?
Mhm.
So you switch here from ball cam to car cam, okay, and then you start heading towards the pads. So if we zoom out a little bit here from the play, you can see that, for example, if the ball is going to middle, you can go ahead, pick up one pad, two pad, three pad, and then push forward. If the ball goes to middle and then they decide to counter attack, you can take one pad and then you can rotate back two, three, four pads, and you can go back post according to what you need, rather than going all the way in the corner. It's always better to pick up pads because if you extract yourself from the play, right? If you go far, you will not apply pressure on the opponents. Because here, for example, you see now the opponents, they have no pressure. So let me switch to their perspective. Let me switch to the other guy. This is your teammate. There we go. They're double committing here, but again, you see, there's no pressure since you're far away. You cannot punish a mistake in case they do make a mistake.
Yeah.
Here, what I recommend is rather than I don't mind that you went for this. Your first man. You just saw your teammate rotate. Funny number 69. So
Mhm.
so what I recommend here is you can fake if you want. It's not necessary. What I usually recommend, if you see opponents close like this to each other, ignore the ball. Let them hit the ball away. You aim for their cheeks. Go for a bump. Go for a demo, right?
Yeah.
Throw off their rotations, right? Because
Yeah.
these two are much closer to the ball than you. So they will touch the ball before you. So there is no guarantee that you will be able to get a 50-50. So here, rather than going for the ball, you should go for the player. And again, there, the opponents they didn't have a lot of time, but they had some time. So this is an initial nice first touch. He'll hit it not too strong, not too weak in the middle, but he can follow up his own touch. But instead, he thinks shooting is better. But what the ideal situation would have been is very nice hit touch, catch the ball and then flick rather than shoot.
Yeah.
And here, like I discussed before, since
Yeah.
your initial rotation was right, but since the ball shifted from left side to right side, your rotation needs to shift from right side to left side. Always towards the back post and always behind your teammate. There you go. You know, you give each other a smooch, bromance. I respect.
Yeah. Bro moments.
There we go. Same thing you discussed before is since you are facing away from the ball, anytime you have to turn to face the ball in any direction, it means you're cutting rotation. So what I recommend here is as soon as you turn away like this, switch from ball cam to car cam. Look if your teammate is here. If your teammate, for example, got bumped or something happened, for example, and he's still not back post, then no problem. You can cut to the front post or you can go to the backboard and then try to save it that way. But since you see your teammate is here, he wants to go for this ball, immediately you can start rotating behind him. Whether you want to take pads or not is up to you. And according to the situation.
Yeah.
Again, nice. You're not rushing it, you're taking control. Very nice. Very nice idea on the dribble. For some reason, your teammate went.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the only time it's okay to go for like a dribble pass, air dribble passing technique or whatever is only in threes. Why? Because if you focus here, you guys are double committing because both of you are going for the same ball, right? So even if your teammate ends up missing this ball, even though he missed the ball, it still doesn't matter since both of you still double committed. Both of you still went for the same ball. So here it's your teammate's mistake for going for this ball because you never try to receive a pass from an air dribble unless it's 3v3. If it's 3v3, no problem. You have a last man behind who can cover for you. But in twos, you never ever do like go for air dribble pass, or you never like if your teammate is like I'm gonna pass it to you with air dribble, you say no, just do a normal air dribble, don't pass. It's too risky. It's high risk, low reward. Okay, so what I recommend here is your very nice control. You didn't panic. You have time here. Okay, so rather than an air dribble, keep in mind that an air dribble takes a lot of time, right? Air dribbles are very good if you want to waste time. Because why? Because you have to pop the ball from the ground to the air, and then you have to stick to the ball, right? And then you have to dribble it. Okay.
Yeah.
So keep in mind that this takes like 2, 3, 4 seconds extra. So you're giving those 2, 3 seconds extra for the opponent to go back, get boost, and get back in position. Okay. So you should never try to do air dribble unless you want to do air dribble bump. That's a different scenario. That's effective. It's very good in 1v1 situations. That's something else. But just a normal air dribble, like it's very rare. It's like it has very like small advantages, right? Again, it's a high risk, low reward situation. Unless you're like really good with air dribbles, then no problem, you can go for it. But here you have two options. Either you immediately flip and you pass the ball to your teammate and he can shoot, or he can take his time and fake and then shoot, or take his time, take and flick, or you yourself control the ball and then go for a flick, right? Because you see here 1, 2, 3. You just 3 seconds just went just like that. Whoosh, that was close.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I recommend here you're facing away from the ball, right?
Yeah.
So if you go back a little bit, double commit happens, mistakes happen in all ranks, we're all human, it doesn't matter. Okay? So the opponents clear it away. You got 100 boost, okay? So here you immediately switch from ball cam to car cam, okay? And you immediately rotate back post. Even if your teammate, you see, you don't see your teammate here yet. It doesn't matter. You go back post immediately, okay? Because now here, remember when I said anytime you're not facing the ball, you have to turn around. You're cutting rotation, okay? So now let's say you're in a 1v1 situation. Let's say there is only you and one other opponent. Keep in mind that when you turn, or when you go up the backboard and then you turn, it takes an additional 2 seconds, 3 seconds to actually turn, right? So here, for example, if you keep going, You see, now because you're facing away from the ball, right? And the bounce of the ball is fast. Now it takes time for you to turn, and by the time you've turned, you've misread the ball, right? So again, try to make it as easy as possible. Always try to rotate back post, and keep in mind when you rotate back post, your vision is wider. You can see the ball more clearly. You can see the opponents more clearly. You can see your teammate more clearly. It's just better overall, right? You're putting yourself in comfortable situation. Here, you're in a very awkward situation. You can't really tell how the ball will bounce. Will it bounce up? Will it bounce down? Will it pop up to the middle? Will it go backboard? You can't really tell unless after it bounces. And then after it bounced, right? It took you a few seconds to like adjust, and even that adjustment was not enough. So let me see your teammate's perspective here. His rotation is nice. I guess maybe he trusted that you will hit the ball. It's very close.
Yeah.
Again, keep in mind, like I said before, is anytime you're facing away from the ball and you turn, you cut rotation. Okay, so here you cut in front of your teammate. It's just always okay. Just rotate behind. It's okay. There's no worries at all. Or if you want, rotate to the front post and then go up the backboard like this, rather than go up the backboard and then turn.
Oh, yeah.
The back post is your best friend.
I'll do the same mistake right now.
It's okay. Again, it comes with time. You have to practice again and again. There we go. Nice light touch by your teammate. Nice follow up as well. Nice patience. So what I recommend is, this is very small, but look at your car. So here, try to never hit the brakes, because when you hit the brakes, you lose all speed and momentum. And when you lose speed and momentum, you have to use boost, right? To catch up, to get back to speed. So if you want to decrease your speed, just let go of the accelerator. Don't hit the brakes. Just let go of the accelerator. You will like slow down 2-3 seconds. You will automatically slow down. If you did not hit the brakes, you would have been able to touch that ball before the opponents. But because you hit the brakes, right, you slowed your car down, you slowed down your momentum, they were able to hit it before you. And this, I don't mind that you're going for it, right? Since, are you last man here? Yes. But by the time you go for this ball, your teammate would have rotated behind you. So you're switching from last man to first man. So I don't mind you going for this ball at all. It's okay. Again, the opponents had time there. They didn't need to shoot this ball as hard as possible. Like for example, so rather than flip into it, single jump or double jump into the ball. Because if he single jumps or double jumps into the ball will go somewhere here, correct? And then he can land and he can follow up his own touch. But by flipping into it, look, he just essentially just gave a pass to your teammate for free. Just gonna switch back to you. Okay, so let me switch to teammate's perspective. What happened here? Okay, he's taking his time. Nice. Okay, there we go. He ends up mistouching the ball, and it's a goal there. Again, my only advice here is just ball control. He has very nice patience, but a lot of people have the perception that he doesn't need to catch this ball. By the way, so what he can do here, for example, if you find yourself in a situation similar to him, is let the ball bounce, right?
Yeah.
If he lets the ball bounce, it will bounce right in front of him. And he doesn't need to catch it. He just needs to wait, let the ball bounce, and then follow up. There's no need for him to try to catch this ball. There we go. And by the way, if I'm not explaining anything in detail, or if you're not understanding, let me know. Okay, let me switch back to you.
So far, it's very good.
All right, thank you. Nice rotation. Okay, so what I recommend here, always, like, this is a general rule, okay?
Okay.
Always, like, this in this situation, this applies both to your teammate and opponent. So here in this example, I will use your teammate. Okay. So always position yourself in a sense where you expect your teammate to hit the ball. Okay. And at the same time, you expect him to miss the ball. So if either or happens, you're in a good position to support him. If he ends up missing the ball, you're in the correct position to help him out by saving the ball or like hitting the ball. Or if he ends up hitting the ball perfectly, you're supporting him by being ready for a pass or going for a bump or whatever, right? So here, your teammate could have missed this ball, right? The opponents could have gone for a 50-50, right? A lot of things could have gone wrong. So my only advice here for you is rather than rotating here into the middle, take an extra second and rotate towards the back post and then push up, just in case your teammate misses the ball. And he does end up giving it away, okay? So here, as soon as you see your teammate give away the ball, so your turn is nice, okay? But what I recommend is you have two options here. Either you turn, you do a big loop, and then you go back post, okay? Or, let me switch to this. Or you can go back post using the inside of the net, like this. Just like that, inside the net. Very short, very simple, very low risk, right? Why do I say low risk? For example, if you turn like this, right? And if the ball suddenly comes towards you, you can easily jump and save or whatever you need to do. But if you rotate like this, for example, let's say you're rotating and then the ball immediately comes towards your net, it will be tough for you to immediately save the ball, okay?
Yeah.
So it's up to you whether you can rotate this way or you can go inside the net and rotate this way. Up to you. It doesn't make that much of a difference other than your reaction time. If you rotate close to the net and inside, you will have more time to react and you will be much closer to the net, so your saves will also be easier in a sense. So here you end up pushing too much here, okay? And your teammate ends up giving away the ball. So there we go. He ends up touching it a little bit too hardly. Anyways, the opponents end up giving it away. Nice save by your teammate. Very close. Again, anytime you take the ball up into the air, you're giving the opponents time. So you need to keep that in the back of your head. So I don't mind that you took your time here, but look at this. You have 100 boost, right? Both opponents are inside your goal. Immediately boost. Right, the ball is rolling this way. Immediately boost. You don't need to flip. You don't need to shoot. Just hit the ball towards the direction of the goal. There's no need for you to take this up the wall. Don't worry, it happens. Mechanical error. Your teammate hits it a little bit too hard, and so does the opponents. Nice patience. Aerials, don't worry about it. It happens. There we go. Nice hit to the corner. Okay, so here you hit it. Okay, this is your ball to go for. Okay, your teammate unfortunately cuts you off. If he cuts you off, you be the smarter, you be the more supportive player. You see him cut you off and go for this ball again. Rotate behind him, just in case, because you don't know where the second opponent is. One opponent is in front of you. The second opponent might come and challenge you immediately. Right? And if both of you are close to this ball, it will be a double commit and it will be an open net for the opponents. Okay? So anytime your teammate is cutting you off, you be the more supportive player. It's okay, let him cut you off. Just rotate behind him. There we go, nice 50. Oh my god, that was so close.
yeah.
So here, again, same thing I would mention is your teammate, he initially rotated well, but then he rotated into the middle of the goal, right? He should have rotated a little bit wider, okay? He would have had a much easier time saving this ball. And the same advice I would give to you is, okay, you see your teammate, immediately start rotating behind your teammate, not in front of him, okay? So here he ends up going. Now, because you rotated in front, now it's very awkward for you to turn, right? And then to hit this ball. It would have been much easier if you rotated back post and then you hit the ball. It's a nice save regardless. Again, you love to go for aerial plays. Take your time.
Yeah.
No need to go for an aerial play here. I understand the urgency, Okay, but this guy,
Yeah.
the opponent did not even jump yet, and he's going in reverse, so he's not gonna hit this ball. So I don't mind you going for it. Okay, but again,
Yeah.
try to like look at opponents more before you make your decisions. Again, it will come with time. Don't worry about it. Try to look at opponents before you hit the ball or before you challenge the ball. Nice rotation. Very nice. Very nice patience. Nice hit. Nice double as well. And that should be a goal. Okay, we're just faking for you, obviously.
Yeah.
So 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 here the opponent was from the mistake was from the opponent's side. Here Emrate is the last man. Again, you never go for the ball unless you're 100% sure. Here I guess he was confident he was going to win, but he did not end up winning. And there we go. It's an opening for you guys.
That was close, by the way. I would miss that.
Yeah.
I would be so mad.
Nice. Nice recovery as well. Nice rotation. Okay, so here, so your teammate here goes for a 50-50. He misses the ball entirely. Here you have a lot of time. There is no reason you should boost into this ball, right? Because keep in mind that if you boost, you put more power into the ball. And again, the more power you keep, the further and further away the ball goes from you, which means the less control you have. So I don't mind you that you turned for this ball, but you boosted, which forced the ball to go away from you, right? And if the Fennec was a little bit better, this would have been an open net. You could have easily scored on your net, right? But he ends
Yeah.
up missing the ball, so you get away with it.
Yeah.
And he ends up giving you the ball. There we go. Nice hit. Very close. Okay, I don't know what the hell happened. I have to go back. Okay. So here, mistake number one is you giving away the ball. Okay. Mistake number two is the opponent's double committing. Okay. So
Yeah.
even though this guy is rotating and he's not going for the ball yet, just because these two are covering the same portion, both teams are double committing. You and your teammate and the opponents, right? Just because uh, all all four of you are in one area, right? It means
Yeah.
that all of you are double committing. So here so you guys double committed, they double committed, so it cancels each other out. So it doesn't matter that much. Okay. So
Yeah.
here the opponents missed. Okay, that's the third mistake. Fourth mistake is you panicked, you flipped, and again when you flip, you put power into the ball, and when you put power into the ball, you it goes further and further away from you, and the farther it goes, the less control you have. So you don't have control of the ball anymore. It's the opponent's ball. The opponents panic again, and they give you back the ball. Again, they flipped into the ball, so the recovery will be very bad. And not only that, is again, you see, as soon as they flipped and they hit the ball, the ball is far away from them. Your teammate cut you off there. That was not your teammate's ball to go for. Nice hit, very close on the shot.
But I wanted to make the flick.
Yeah.
But I wanted to control, but it was too fast. And in
Yep.
that situation, I was thinking about just flicking the ball, not
Mhm.
just shooting.
Mhm,
That was the idea, but I missed.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know if that's a good decision or not, but
Yeah, it's just execution. So don't worry about it. It's
Yeah.
execution. Yeah, it's just execution. Don't worry about it. So here, I think the sixth mistake I lost track is the opponents thinking this is inside the net, and bumping into the post, hitting his face into
Yeah.
the post, and then there you go, open net for your teammate. So it's never, my whole point of like breaking it down like this is it's never one guy's mistake. It's never one person's fault. It's always a combination. It's always a lot of people's mistakes that lead up to a goal. It's never one person, right? Especially in twos. In ones, it's because it's a one. Obviously, it's 1v1. It's definitely that one person's fault. But in twos and threes, it's always a combination. The higher the rank you go, the less the mistakes occur, and more people punish the mistakes. That's it. That's the biggest difference between lower ranks and higher ranks. Very nice. Very nice touch. You're controlling the ball. Again, you have a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
So, what I recommend here, you have two options, right? So, option number one there is you either go for the up the wall or you do a light touch and you follow up. No problem. Both options are correct. So, this is very nice, very well done, very nice touch. Here, you need to make a decision. Okay, you see your teammate on the right side. You either go for a pass here, okay, or you try to go for a power shot, or you try to control and go for a flick. Whatever is your play style. All options are correct. No options are wrong. Okay, but here you try again mechanical error. Don't worry. I don't know. Were you trying to go for an aerial play here, or were you trying to flip? If you remember, were you trying to power shot it here?
I tried to go for a aerial power shot.
Okay.
That's why I didn't double jump it. I wanted to
Okay.
to just flip cancel it.
Okay, so it's okay. It kind of ends up a 50-50.
Yeah.
But this kind of easily pinched towards your own net. So be careful.
Yeah.
Like looking at it from this angle, we just directly toward your net like this. We.
Yeah.
So yeah, be careful.
I was so lucky that that pinch was unsuccessful.
There we go, nice rotation. Okay. Very nice save. So what I recommend here is like what I said from before, always position yourself in a way where you expect your teammate to hit the ball and miss the ball at the same time. So here, it's not I don't blame you for going for the big boost, but it's risky because your teammate might miss this ball, he might lose this challenge, he might get bumped. A lot of things can go wrong. So with you have enough boost. With 14 boost, you can save almost anything, right? You can save almost any shot. So I understand why you went for the big boost, but again, you need to play it safe. You need to rotate back post here. So you need to rotate behind your teammate, just in case something happens here.
Yeah.
So let me switch to your teammates. What happened here? Okay, he ends up missing the ball. So even when you went for the big boost, you had to use 50 just to get towards the net, right?
Yeah.
So even that when you went for the big boost, it wasn't really worth it because now you have no speed, no momentum, and you're in a very, very awkward situation. Nice save. A nice hit by your teammate. Very close. Okay, so let me look at it. So here you need to keep in mind that I don't blame you for going for this ball, right? It's coming your direction. But it's your teammate's mistake for going for this ball. But you need to keep in mind that if your teammate is in ball cam, he does not see you. Right? So if you go here, see? He does not see you coming.
Yeah.
So I can't really blame him for going for the ball. At the same time, I can't really blame you for going for it as well. He only saw you there at the last second after he jumped. There we go, nice shot. Okay. So let me switch to your teammate. Again, okay, I don't mind, but again, always rotate back post, no matter situation. So here your teammate, he did very well. He switched from ball cam to car cam. Again, play it safe. Just go back post and sit and wait and see what will happen. Okay? Just sit, be patient, see what will happen. He ends up rushing it, unfortunately. Yeah. That's an open net. I don't really blame you. Didn't have much boost here. Yeah, there we go. Maybe you could have, instead of going for the boost, but you didn't have much boost. Maybe you could have gone this route, for example, is rather than go for the big boost. Is there a fan or something beside your microphone?
No.
Because I hear like air and stuff, like swoosh and stuff like that.
So it happens sometimes.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, okay.
Alright.
So here, for example, rather than going for the big boost, you could have just gone like this. You would have picked up 6 pads on the way. It's much faster than going all the way here and then rotating back. Again, you need to always play it in like as safe as possible. Oh, so your boosties. Nice hit by your teammate. Nice demo. Nice hit. There we go. Beautiful. Nice demo, and then you hit it over his head.
Yeah. Thank you.
Again, don't worry, mechanical errors happen all the time. No need to go for a big boost. You already have 70. So in the higher ranks, right? As soon as they see you go for that big boost, right? They immediately shoot it as far away from you as possible. You need to keep that in mind.
Mhm.
So here he did not punish you, but in the higher ranks they will punish. Again, I would say try to hit it as softly as possible. The best way to hit it as softly as possible is to just drive into the ball without flipping or jumping or boosting. So here, because you flipped, you hit it a little bit far away from you, and then here, because you boosted, you hit it also a little bit far away from you. Nice idea on the pass.
I was last here and yeah.
Again, very risky since
Yeah.
you're last man, so it's very risky to go for this.
Yeah. Shit.
Same thing I would say here. Again, very risky because here it's okay. But here, before you go for the boost, do not switch to your car cam. First, see the outcome of the challenge. If the challenge goes well, then you can go for the boost. If the challenge does not go well, then you can rotate and you can challenge this ball. Because your teammate could have easily lost this ball, and then if you went for the big boost, it would have been an easy open net. But your teammate ends up winning the challenge, so it's okay. So try not switching cams until you see the result of the challenge. So as soon as you see that your teammate won the challenge, no problem, you can go for this boost. Again, very risky, your last man. Your teammates, I don't know why your teammate is all the way up there. I think for boost. Like your teammate immediately here, he should rotate behind you. But yeah, he's going for the big boost. So again, your last man, very risky for you to go. Nice, you didn't panic, you're taking your time, nice touches. Again, try anytime you're in the corner, try not flipping. Try staying on the ground as much as you can. So here, so first, it's okay. Initial rotation is nice, is good. Here, you should always rotate towards the net rather than away from the net. So the net is behind you. So rather than rotating away from it, you turn towards it. Because now the ball is coming from a sharp angle because you turned right. Right? If you turned left, the ball would have come from a wider angle. Easier to save. So you made it difficult on yourself. But just because you turned right rather than left. And again, here you have some time. No need to jump here or flip. So again, you stay grounded and you try to go for a low 50-50. That's the best thing you can do. Because if you catch it and then go for a flick, they might pre-jump you or they might jump high and block you. So very risky. So the safest thing is to just catch it and go for a low 50-50. They end up missing that. That was a golden opportunity there. They end up missing it.
I remember I was like, okay, we lost. And then we missed. And
Aguero! Pchung! Again, you guys are double committing, even though you not go for this ball. So here, see, just because you both of you are covering the same area of the field, you both are double committing. So try to be like peanut butter and jelly. Be spread on the bread. Stay spread out on the field, right? So if you're close to each other, you just mess each other up. You will bump each other. You will accidentally hit the ball. You accidentally bump your teammate. for example, if your teammate loses the challenge, it will go both over over both of your heads, right? So always be careful. Again, here you have some time, right? There is no need for you to flip into this. So you have two options here. Either you pass to your teammate on the left, or you shoot it towards the net, which is not, I don't really advise it, because the opponent will get back in time. The best thing you can do here is, because sometimes your teammate doesn't have boosts, so sometimes you can't risk the pass, especially since it's overtime. So what I recommend, control, catch on top of your car, flick. They end up hitting it back. Again, mechanic, don't worry about it, mechanical error. Your teammate ends up going as last man, very risky. They end up missing the touch there. Did he miss the... Wait. What the hell happened here? Let me see.
Yeah, they missed.
Okay, so he misses there. You have to hit this ball. You can't risk leaving it. Ends up... I think he got faked by you.
Yeah, probably.
Nice bump. The opponents end up hitting it away for no reason. There we go. Nice hit. Very beautiful. Nice pass. And there we go. Nice finish towards the end there. So, okay. So what I would suggest for you right now is, long term, you should focus on your kickoff. Okay. So like 3, 4, 5 months. It will take a long time to get it down, right? And also long term, I would say, is try to get comfortable at the wall. It's not like necessary in Diamond 1, you said. It's not necessary, right? But it's very beneficial in the higher ranks. So long term, I would say you also need to focus on you need to focus on wall mechanics, being comfortable with catching the ball, with shooting the ball, with reading the bounce of the walls in any on the corners. So just generally everything related to the wall or to the ceiling, I would say as well. So I would say your number one priority right now is honestly should be your back post rotation. Always rotate back post, try not cutting, right, as much as you can. Sometimes if you're confused where the back post is, right? If you're confused where the back post is, so this is kind of sus, but look at where your teammate's back is facing. Look at his cheeks. The direction his back is facing is the direction you should cover. Okay, so anytime your teammates look at your teammate's back, whichever direction is facing, that's the direction you need to cover for him, because he cannot cover his own back. Okay, so I would say back post rotation is your number one priority right now. Number two, I would say your ground game. So try not to go in the air as much. So try to control the ball. So try to get light, soft touches that you can easily follow up with a flick or with a power shot. So the ground game is a combination of controlling the ball, a combination of faking, a combination of flicking, a combination of power shots, right? Just a combination of all these things. Okay, this is I would say your second priority. And third, try to be very careful as last man. Try not to challenge the ball as last man. Try to also switch it up, because I did not see anyone in this game fake a single time, right? Your teammate faked once, but he ended up getting demoed in the beginning. So for example, fake doesn't only have to be in offense, it can be in defense as well. For example, your last man, you can fake the challenge and then you can go back, right? So I would just say the third thing you need to focus on is just be careful as last man, as well as try to like switch up your play. Unpredictable. One time rush the challenge, second time play shadow defense, third time fake and then shadow, right? Fourth time fake and then rush. Just combine, just mix it as much as you can, so you give zero time for the opponents to adapt to your play style, and they can't read you because they're being like, oh, he's gonna rush, but then actually you take your time. And then sometimes they're gonna be like, oh, he's gonna rush, but then you do the opposite. Okay, so you just always switch it up as much as you can. Try to like be as unpredictable as possible.
Yeah.
Any questions? Anything you want to ask me?
I would like to ask you about the free play training though, since now everything is perfectly clear from the game sense skill.
What do you want to
I
ask?
would like, I want to ask you like, what should I like learn in the, what should I train and how should I train more importantly
Okay,
in
so
a free
the
play though, so
so the very first question I like to ask in free play is, do you use unlimited boost or limited boost?
unlimited.
Okay, so there we go. That's the most important thing right there. So you immediately switch to limited boost. You don't have to, for example, if you play 5 times per week, you can like do like 1 day limited, 1 day unlimited if you want, if that's what you like. But what I usually recommend is you always play with limited boost because it makes it realistic. For example, let's say if your recoveries will be much faster, obviously, because you have unlimited boost. If you go for aerial plays, if you go for mechanics, you would feel like Justin because you have unlimited boost, right? So always, as much as you can, use limited boost because it will like you will practice as if you're in an actual match. So when you practice an air dribble, it's as if you're practicing an air dribble as if you're in an actual 2v2, 1v1, 3v3. Or if you're going for a flick, it's as if you're in the actual game, right? So it makes it like 10 times much more difficult, but it also makes it 10 times more realistic.